them to have a necessity to wait. And the most that I've ever seen it back up in there, I've just seen that 350, that's a lot of cars that have to back up to get to this entrance. I've never seen it back up to that entrance ever, you know, so I just.
And that becomes a timing DOT issue, not the way. Which is so that's mitigatable, right? So we never want to see a car come up here in this speed, back all the way up in the air in rush hour, and this car wants to take a left. That's when I see a problem's gonna happen. And when that happens, it becomes a timing delay issue on the DOT. Which is mitigatable.
I just don't want to create
No, I don't
something
either.
that's gonna be a problem,
Right,
something that's a good idea.
Right, of course.
I think you've done your due diligence because the DOT's been involved with your coordinated review and then also our discussions. And because I would say the same, you know, with these businesses, I don't know what further I can do to mitigate this, to be honest. In terms of getting the driveway off.
Let's move off that and get something else.
I got one. On 104, there's an existing concrete sidewalk.
Yeah.
Goes all the way up, starts at the intersection, continues from the intersection, continues east down 104. It's on your drawing.
Yeah, it's right here. It stops right
It's there.
It dumps them out right here. Yeah,
Okay.
that's where our water, that's where that culvert dumps out, and right before it, that's the sidewalk.
That's gonna stay, right?
And we're not touching any of that.
How hard would it be to incorporate, you've got the sidewalk up the east side of that city line road, all the way up past your new construction.
You're saying here?
Yep, up past your new construction for your sport complex, up past your new complex for your boats, and try to get those people that are walking in the street onto the legitimate sidewalk so they're safe. And that would put a nice beautification project right in front of both of your facilities. And look at how many people you'd be helping out in the neighborhood.
The hardest part is maintaining all of that. You know, that's
Well-
what gets to that part of the issue, because they wanted, when they did that complex, they said, hey, I said, you can have one in there, but nobody maintains them. And that's the hardest part, because when they're there, they
Right,
need to,
This complex needed it, right? And I think it was, like you said, there was
and I
discussion.
told them they could have it, but it needs to be maintained, and then they dropped the subject.
Well, I don't wanna drop the subject because it needs to be installed, it needs to be there for public safety. Kids in strollers, kids walking hand in hand with their parents down to Walmart, I see it daily.
I think
I don't like it,
I think that's something that should go through the town and
I really don't like it, and it needs to be addressed.
we don't
Hate
disagree.
to throw that in so late in the works, but
No, it's legitimate.
it's, okay. I really think it needs to be looked at with due diligence. I'm more inclined to this than I am the entrance and the exit.
Yeah, at what point is that the town's responsibility versus ours? You know, really, it's because of this complex that's there. It's not because of anything related to the traffic.
Right.
What I have, this traffic is not walking.
Correct, but you build in the city, you have to maintain your sidewalks in front of your
Yeah.
business, it's no different, I mean, yeah, it's different because it's a town of Scriba, but if you wanna talk apples to apples here, you're already doing it in front of your facility already.
I think what we will do, and we've done that in the town in the past, is we don't mind creating an area for it.
Okay.
And making sure that if an easement's needed,
Yep.
make a condition on this permit. I think you would be fine with that, it doesn't hurt him at all. And create that ability here where we have a right-of-way issue, right? You don't have enough room.
Yeah.
But I think we can create an easement here, and stop me if you want to, but at that point, I think for him to install a sidewalk in the town, and we've done this before, we just did the town of Luray, they just wanna make sure there's room for it when it makes sense, and then, there's a lot of grants out there for that type of
Oh,
stuff
absolutely.
for the town. I think the town of Skyler really should be looking into that, for
Absolutely.
sure. So I think we're willing to put
I
words
would
in
do
your mouth,
that,
but,
and then if it's there, I'll maintain.
As long as you don't cut our legs up from underneath us,
well,
that's
and I
all
think I can change this grading a little bit to really help you with that.
Perfect.
In other words, it's not much work here. We already took out your problem, which was that berm, right? You didn't have any room. It was a straight up, and to take that berm out, you were removing thousands of yards of material to get any room for a sidewalk. That's gone now. And I think there's ability for me to show if we need an easement, it's right up here is where you get really pinched. I think I can flatten it out enough without hardly any earthwork changes. And if it becomes a sidewalk easement, we can get something. I think that's a condition of the permit that you probably can.
I'd be fine with that.
Kevin, does that sound legit?
Yeah, you guys understand, so.
And we were saying too, a little bit, this base can cut way down too, which will help with the visibility. I know that wasn't a big concern, but was a little bit for me, because some of that is, you know, I think that's, and I think, you know, what it does is it'll tune down people's speed if they see something. So I do think that helps, especially during winter conditions, and we have help, so I do think, that's going down how much in that corner, like 5 or 7 feet, right?
7 feet up here, and as it goes down, and then this building is level with the road at this point, or before that grade goes 8 foot higher.
Yep.
So the retaining wall's gonna be modified?
No, we're not touching that, that stops right,
Right here.
yeah, right there, you can see it. We don't touch that retaining wall.
All that point right after that's still really high, and that whole part's coming way down.
And the trees are coming down. Okay, good. Missy?
Yeah, like I said, I got the same concerns with Vinny does, because I think most of your traffic's gonna be coming off of 104.
I think
Whether
that's-
east or west direction, they're both gonna be coming, it's not gonna be coming from city line, I don't think.
Well,
Or, I
anybody
mean,
coming
not
from
from
south,
City Line,
anybody coming
from
from
the Hollow.
Syracuse, Fulton, or any of that would cut through Churchill.
That's true, too.
There-
They might be
there is
coming
a
from
lot.
that way, but
Yeah.
I think the majority of it's gonna be coming from.
I don't know, the schools and the kids,
I would put maybe half. I would actually, I mean, I don't know exactly, but my guess would actually be closer to half. Would probably be coming from that side.
Like 3/4, maybe one. I
No,
mean, because
we're not gonna
this
be
is
able-
open to everybody, right? This is open to
Yes.
everybody, right? It's not just,
well, it's open for teams and groups.
Right,
And
right.
so, yeah.
Was there, I guess to that point, I mean, is there a market study, like where are you drawing from?
We didn't do a per se market study. The demand is so big. I mean, obviously coming from, you know, there are some from Mexico, Fulton, there's some, you know, from Syracuse, but really Oswego County, it's all of Oswego County, but into Onondaga. You know, for the
And
most part.
based on the site plans, it looks like soccer and some courts, some basketball.
Basketball.
you mentioned pickleball.
Pickleball.
didn't you?
Yes, so
Pickleball?
these are 2 basketball, these are like multi-surface courts, so pickleball, volleyball, you know, obviously basketball, soccer that's over here. This is my internal center over here. And then there'll just be some more wellness type activities, that will be there.
Is this like a modified soccer court, soccer pitch?
It's like an outdoor field that's indoors, so it'll be the biggest, you know,
It would be
field.
regulation.
Yes, yep, so it'll be regulation for, so that, and then really you can do soccer both ways, going sideways as well.
So do you anticipate more for tournaments or both?
Both, I mean, really, you know, more for
I mean, you're not
training.
gonna get- You're not gonna get like the practice and stuff like that because the schools are gonna use their own facilities.
A lot of times, but during the
So you're
winter, I
talking-
mean, there's such a need, I
More
mean,
the-
so many people outreach already that are very excited about this
So you're more
project.
travel teams and stuff like that?
Yes, travel and some,
Well, like your YMCA groups that have, you know, we're a part of 10 teams and they just rotate in the Y, and that's what kind of thing will happen. There's only 2 teams playing at a time, but it's just a consistent rotation from 5 to 10.
So you're gonna use both sides, right? So you could have 2 teams, say on your left side, and then you could have pickleball going on the other side.
Correct.
right?
correct.
Pickleball is big, so you're almost gonna get.
It's
you're gonna
especially
have
during the
people
day. The
doing-
best part about pickleball is, that's during the day when there's not a lot of traffic. So pickleball, like, we have the same type of operation in Syracuse running right now, that's in full operation, and pickleball is big, so
Well,
there's
this
no doubt.
massage therapist plays at night, so she,
Yeah,
no kidding.
she does the Syracuse
Yeah.
stuff, yeah.
You mentioned the Y, is that something you're,
No,
No.
that's easy.
oh, just.
I think he was comparing, is that what you?
Yeah,
pretty much
comparing what
you
I've seen
comparing?
personally in teams and how the rotation works, nonstop.
Now, there's other facilities in central New York like this. Are you gonna be partnering with them to do?
A lot of times those teams will feed this, so we're more, yes, through, yeah. Exactly. Be a good outlet, I mean, our community needs it, I mean, the school system just can't handle, you know, or have the facilities necessary to do that, so.
There's a talk about our 9 days, reconditioned vehicle, prop them for sale.
Excuse me?
There's 9 days.
Yes. Yeah, this is all internal use only,
During the slow times too, remember that, this is during the day,
yes, this is only during the day, so, yeah.
not even
so
on the weekends.
exactly, not on the weekends, so during unpeak times. There's not a lot of traffic, it takes about 4 to 6 hours per car, so it's not like it's, you know, gonna be just constant shuffling of cars. But,
Remind us again, it's a detailing or reconditioning or?
Detail. So cleaning of the cars. Right now I have 2 ways in my automotive space that's over there, so this space will allow me to expand my operations on the service side, just because we ran out of capacity. But we plan on too doing, you know, probably about $1 million plus a year in revenue that will be generated to Scriba, you know, for that, so, and hopefully can up those numbers, but, you know, over $100,000 a month of incremental, and bringing a lot of people during tournaments and stuff to the area, so I think it's definitely gonna be a draw. You know,
When you say $1 million, that revenue, that's, they generate sales tax, or where's that number coming from?
yeah, as far as, yeah, so I guess we'll have to see what is sales taxable versus not on the hourly rate. So that number is just basically an hour sold, what, you know, what people are paying for the use of the facility. There's gonna be a pro shop in there, there's gonna be, a juice station, but even this is, and we're partnering up with somebody else, will generate some good revenue that's in there. The current place of what, you know, we're looking at, doing $250,000 now, we're anticipating going at least double.
And I have the idea for, any,
Doing it the old fashioned way.
There is, I mean, to that point, there is an issue currently that needs to be addressed, and that's the subdivision of the property. Right, because right now, I mean, where the facility is located is on 2 separate taxable parcels. One is taxable related to the house, but that's only a smaller portion. And a larger portion, about 6.5 acres, I believe.
I believe it's cut like about here.
Yeah, so, but the east portion of the facility is on land that's currently tax exempt under the prior IDA arrangement, so we'll
Sounds
have to
good to
have.
me.
Huh?
Moving over, sliding over.
Doesn't
Well,
sound good to us though.
We'll have to, well, no, we'll just have to subdivide the parcel in some way.
It's not tax
so that
exempt from an increase, it's taxed at its current.
It'll just become taxable, that portion that would be comprised of sports
Will
complex.
get pulled out of the
Correct.
IDA. This will be its own.
That's all.
So we'll have to look into that, as part of this, and obviously, we talked about that before as these lots combining. I don't know how the town of Scriba does that, if it's just with the code enforcement, zoning enforcement to combine lots, typically it's something like that, or if it goes to your planning department. Okay. So, that's what, we have that as part of our notes.
It's a relatively simple process, but it does have to happen.
I know somebody good that can do that for me.
excuse me, are you filming us? Are you filming our?
I'm just recording the meeting.
He's recording the meeting, he said.
If you were gonna film us, I'm gonna go back.
Go back? Yeah.
All right, we're going into Mr. Chase's time here now.
Is that good or bad?
No. We're working on it. It's not-
He was disturbing a lot of people there in the corner, I know.
I was just gonna ask, when do you think you're gonna get started with?
As soon as possible. As soon as the snow melts, you know, I'm hopeful that people first. I can say where.
We gotta get the building order.
Yeah, we have to get the building, but that's the thing that I'm pressed up against, and why I'm trying to push this, because, you know, I'd like to be having this operating, you know, before winter, October. of
What's your
next
lead
year.
time on the building? 3 months, 6 months?
Hopefully like 3 months, yeah, about 3 months, yeah. So, yeah, I know. We'll see.
Over a year.
Yeah. Luckily, it's a pretty standard size building, so.
Anything else?
Dan, did you open for public comment? or is
It's
there-
open to public comment now. Any,
I just wanna know if we out to me already. I was talking with the girls varsity coach with Anthony Richmond a few hours ago on that. So, you know, it's a community project. So we're open to, you know, starting really focused on training. So it's really trying to coordinate with the programs that are out there and making it open and for developmental and really trying to get this just as much for the kids as it is for the parents and trying to make a position where they can both have stuff to do together, focusing on wellness. But definitely open for schools and timing.
So I know that they had said that you have like 184 parking spots available. Is there going to be bus parking at all?
Yeah, our intention, we were gonna add bus parking, but we have so much room over here, so if they drop off, you can see we made a big loop for a bus to be able to take a loop. They're probably gonna park over here. That's my intention, is when we do that, because I was eating up so much parking for a bus. They don't need to be there when some other people are trying to come in. So we have, you can see it just on this plan. Usually when that's happening, this is closed. Okay, so that's why.
Yeah, this isn't open on the weekends either, which is, I mean, Saturday till like 1 o'clock, you know, so you know, there's luckily quite a bit of opportunity there. It is more focused on private than schools, but certainly, you know, focused a little bit.
So your fee, you said, because I just worry about the financial, I mean, not that it's my problem, it's your problem. But just to look at the big picture, I mean, and you mentioned Anthony Richmond, and we all know what happened with his sports complex. So, a little different, I mean.
That's why he has these 9 days.
Played into that,
This alone will pay for the whole thing, so it's a sustainability model for how I have it. Luckily, I have a lot of things, you know, to kind of make it sustainable, and this project, the price and how I'm building it and making it very efficient, a lot of these projects you see going up just cost a lot more, so we have some good provisions, and we're not even financing it, so there's no.
So your fee, you charge like did you say like an hourly fee?
There's a-
for the?
The goals are for certain space, you know, what you're looking at per hour, you know, is a typical basis. So that's what I look at, but or if it's training, it's per kid per hour, so usually it's like somewhere around $20 an hour per kid for that, when you're getting intense training. Okay, other than that, you charge teams, you know, at not revenue.
Because you mentioned, and that's taxable, is that?
Yeah, I don't think that portion.
That's what I'm trying to see where Scriba's gonna make some money off of this project.
Well, yeah, obviously the building itself will be, you know, will be on there. There's going to be stuff that is taxable in this whole workshop area. Memberships, I guess memberships are taxable, are they?
Your service base.
Yeah.
I mean, and the people coming in for tournaments, it's great for the city of Oswego, but I don't think it's gonna really do a lot for.
It's not gonna add any.
No, right. And on that note, do you mind a little aside, are we getting revenue on the sales for the boats yet?
We are very, very close for that. So, you know, my goal was for the start of this year to have that of a standalone operation. So it's, yeah, we're getting closer to that. We're working with the Department of Motor Vehicles to make that happen. So it's not there yet, but it will be soon. It is $2 million in business, so it is a good generation, and I know that Scriba wants it, right now the city is getting it.
Yes.
But it is, still in full intentions, just as described, to do so, and we're adding some more things to it, so it will come. I don't wanna give you an exact date, I probably might drop that, I don't wanna say that, but, you know, this time next year, hopefully worst case scenario, but we're working on that now, so.
Anything else? Kevin?
What would happen if you took 104 out of the equation and just come in from the Albany Street side?
Albany Street.
In other words, from south to north.
Yeah, you come from whatever the next road is here is Albany Street.
Albany Street.
It'd be hard to police that for us, right?
Well, I don't know.
That way you wouldn't have a backup coming off of 104.
He's saying make this a right in and a left out.
Oh, just left only?
But nobody's gonna do that. They're gonna, I don't care if I created a barricade halfway across here, they're gonna find a way to make a quick right to get out. Every time, and it's gonna be more dangerous in my opinion. Because you've seen right in, right outs that get avoided because they're like, oh, they're gonna sneak out.
Let's recap one thing. Where's